Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to another video. Oh boy, was that news. Oh boy, oh boy. So, if you've not seen the interview, here is a clip of what we are talking about today.
What else can we look forward to from you this year?
Well, Power Rangers will be airing all year and next year. First season on Nickelodeon's and then moving over to Netflix for season 2.
Right. So I have a few things talking about this. Now, this entire interview, which I think is around about 9 minutes long, he talks about Power Rangers as well as his music and stuff like that, which is all good. I kind of want to check out his music right now. So there are a few things in this entire interview. So they talk about New Zealand being COVID-free. They talk about his single. They talk about his Power Ranger acting or his time on Power Rangers. The production, how long they've been filming, which is about 9 months. And then obviously Power Rangers moving to Netflix for season 2 after Nickelodeon. And it's kind of great that we're getting this kind of news now, because a lot of people have been wondering where will Power Rangers go, because obviously the Nickelodeon deal has finished. Now, I have also thought of other things in this one, which means that possibly now we're going to be getting a whole new thing. So, there's so much news. So, first of all, I want to talk about the COVID-free. Now, New Zealand being COVID-free is amazing. It's great news, but it means that probably we won't see other actors coming in from America. But, you know, if there's New Zealand actors, we'll probably see them a lot more. So the next part is Power Rangers moving to Netflix means either it could be a stopgap for that entire year, or it could be the fact that it moves there and it then becomes maybe a Netflix and original in production with Hasbro. So if this is basically a stopgap, then that's a really good thing, because at least the show will end there and it's not going to be they're going to move over into Nickelodeon. So the contract deal is completely over, and thus therefore they have more creative control, which means that if the rumors are from what I'm hearing, then it means that on season 2 we're going to see a lot more than just normal Power Rangers. I'm kind of excited for this, because I think it'll be a really good thing to do, and they'll have more kind of freedom. So fingers crossed. If Power Rangers moves over to Netflix, then majority of the thing is they could get a lot more money from Netflix, where they pay half for the season, Hasbro pay the rest, and therefore Hasbro can put more money into different things for the show. It's a great thing. It really, really is. I just hope it's not like a stopgap where they move it onto their own series much later on, and that's particularly it. I think that would be a major killer for the franchise. But we have heard from the CEO, which I'll bring up again later on in this video, that they were looking at moving to a streaming site. So maybe they have worked out something with Netflix now, and they're moving forward and they're getting more money for it. One thing I noticed in this video, or in this interview, is when the girl turns around and says, "Oh, you know," she asks at the very end a question. And it wasn't a slip of the tongue. It was very kind of forced, like Chance had to talk about it. When he's like, "Oh yeah, as soon as we wrapped up season 1 on Nickelodeon, it moves to Netflix for season 2. And I thought that was very interesting, because to me, I was like, why is he giving this information? Isn't this something that Hasbro had to talk about? But it kind of felt very forced and stuff like that, so it felt like he had to mention it. So I think that maybe Chance might be the information guy, where he turns around and speaks and goes, "Hey, just giving you a heads up." If that's true, that's so cool of him. Yeah, it felt like, oh wait, I need to talk about this. I need to tell you straight away, rather than kind of waiting. So that to me was a big thing. So could this mean that what Chance said previously with him working with other past Rangers could be a thing right now? So it's going to be interesting to see if any other information comes out about this split, or basically this move, should I say, or is that particularly it? My next point would be, we know that they've got the deal with Netflix where the show goes on. Obviously, they've got up to season 1, 2 of Mighty Morphing and season 3. Then obviously they've got Ninja Steel, and now they've got Beast Morphers, and now they're going to be getting Dino Fury. So it could be the fact that they've got a deal, or it could be the fact that Jonathan Entwistle is working with them and it could go on Netflix. So therefore, that could be the reason why they're moving the next season of Dino Fury to Netflix. It would be a smart decision, because a few people may know of his shows, and it's probably an easier platform than, say, something else that no one really kind of knows. So I may have a feeling that it's because of that deal where we're getting the more adult Power Rangers. It would make it would be a bit better for that one. Don't know how to really explain it. I just kind of think it would. Now, one of the biggest things I kind of thought of, if it moves, or when it's moving to Netflix, is what promotion are they going to do? Now, Nickelodeon really doesn't do much kind of anything for them anyway. So would this mean that we'd see more kind of social media? Would we see more adverts on TV, like Power Rangers coming here? Would we see more internet ads? That would be my main thing. Is like, how are they going to promote the series? Because again, I don't really see much Netflix stuff, no less maybe it could be an advert on YouTube, or it could be stuff. Now, a very smart way would be doing it would be going to a few YouTubers and giving them information so that they can help promote the show. If you want to do that, Hasbro, you know I worked with you before, so please get in contact. But it could be a thing where they could talk to other people and say, hey, could you help promote this? And do it that way. That would be a very smart way of doing it. But if you're just doing adverts, maybe doing some TV adverts, some banners, stuff like that to help promote the show, which would be a lot better than most. Otherwise, you know, it's going to have to be a word of mouth thing. That's the only type of thing. Again, Hasbro, hit me up. I'd be more than happy to talk about it. Okay, so let's talk about the pros and cons of this. The pros would be everyone gets to see it if they have Netflix, which is very good, which is the main thing. You have Netflix, this will be on, and you know that you can set reminders and you will be watching it. The second one would be no more hiatuses. Now, I don't know if literally Netflix does hiatuses. I've never really seen it. You know, they have everything there, so they would literally just go boom, boom, boom. Every single week there would be a new episode, which would be great. Now, I would want it to be how they did like Star Trek Discovery. Every single week at this time, you would get a brand new episode. So boom, there you go, you get it, and then the UK would get it at roughly the same time. You know, that's what I kind of want. Do it that way, and you literally access everyone. So that would be one of the big things. Everyone gets to see it, so it's not like really hard. If you've got Netflix, that is, boom. So release it. Now, there are two things that they could do now. They could release it in one go, and it's every single episode uploaded so you can binge watch it. Or they could do it as in weekly, which would be a lot better. So, and another one would be no international spoilers, because everybody gets it, not just America, everyone gets it straight away, which would be absolutely amazing. Now, from a corporate point of view, Hasbro gets to see who's watching it and who isn't. So we've all seen like, oh my god, Dino is amazing, everyone's going to be watching it. They'll be able to see the numbers. Netflix will send them the information and go, well, in the last 3 episodes, we had 2 million people watching, which therefore means that Hasbro would take the next steps of producing the next one, whatever they want to do, regardless of next Super Sentai, or if they're doing their own thing. So again, seeing these sorts of numbers works really, really well, and that's what I kind of really want to see. A lot of people say, is the show big enough? And I think this will be the biggest number. If you don't get the information from like, say, Nickelodeon, you'll be able to get a direct look at, is this streaming site a great way of doing it? If not, then, you know, why would you put it on another streaming platform if no one's watching? It's a very simple enough thing to do. If the split does happen, would that mean that, say, Hasbro partners with Netflix to create an original series where they would create new suits, they would create new design? That's what they do. That's a really big thing, because I feel like Netflix has the money to produce all this. You know, you've seen multiple shows that have done really, really well, and it means that this could be a continuation. This could be effectively what Disney thought of when they bought Power Rangers back in the day. Netflix could be that one point where they know they'll get original content. They know that there's an established fan base. It's not like it's a brand new thing, which may or may not work. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we could look into. That to me would be absolutely amazing, and it could lead into the split happening. It just means then you can then concentrate on producing a lot more series, so you're not just limited to one. You could say, right, we're filming this version next, our own one, and now we've got another 2 in the go. You're not limited, and it also means that we could get new locations where it's not just stuck to New Zealand. You know, oh, we're going to go film Power Rangers in Britain, we're going to go film it in Australia, we're going to go film it in Russia, we're going to go film it in America. These are all things that could happen if they have the money behind it, but it means it opens up a lot more doors. Let's talk about the cons. Now, it just means that if this is a stopgap, we're not getting any more seasons anywhere else until Hasbro, I was going to say Nickelodeon, until Hasbro release it on their stream platform or what they think is best. So if it's a stopgap for now, cool. If it doesn't move to Netflix properly, as in Netflix help produce it or something, that's pretty much it. You know, the series will continue on a different platform, which means that you'd either have to pay for it if you don't have it already, which is a massive pain in the ass. Not everyone has Netflix. This is a big thing. Not everyone has Netflix. So moving it off from TV where pretty much everybody can see, Netflix, that's it. Like, you are literally restricting yourself to one platform, which is a bad thing because, again, not many people have it, and you could see people up in arms protesting, I'm not going to watch this because I don't believe in Netflix. I'm going to not watch it at all because Netflix did a bad thing. I don't want to pay for another streaming service. The list is endless. It's endless on this. The series ends on Netflix. That's it. At the very end of Dino Fury Season 2, that's it. They're releasing it, and that's it. There's no more. And they move on to doing animation, or they shelve the entire franchise for a bit until they figure out what they want to do, and they still release toys and stuff like that. That is one of the big things that happens. You release everything in one go. Now, we live in a binge culture where you want to binge watch everything straight away. That's it. There's no more on it whatsoever. You want to watch every single episode. So if they release it all in one go, you've got the next thing until the next series of Power Rangers, whichever one it would be. So what are you going to do? Are you going to binge watch it? People would complain, I've just finished watching Dino Fury and I've got nothing else to watch for the rest of the year. There we go. There's nothing. So I've got a feeling that they'll release it weekly rather than like lumps of episodes up to a certain point in time. No one watches because not everyone has Netflix, and people bitch about it. And we know within this community, there is a ton of bitching. I don't have Netflix, so I don't want to watch it. Where can I watch it? Blah, blah, blah. And we see it. Again, you'll have also people turning around saying, where can I watch the latest episode, when it literally says next week? We've seen it happen. They do a hiatus just to mess with people. I really hope to God that they do. I would laugh and laugh and laugh if they did hiatus. I'd be like, well done. And then America only, and then you limit the rest of the world. Now, as I said, if you did it like Star Trek Discovery or other places like that, then you could literally say, one a week, releases every Saturday at 9 a.m. or whenever time, and it's there, and that's it. Like, you could do it like that, which would be good, and the rest of the world gets it. So the UK could get it a day early or something like that, or it could be a day later. Whatever the means, it would be there. But I know a lot of people would use a VPN and stuff like that to jump over to America to watch it, etc., etc. Those are the things. But if you release it America only, you restrict everything, which is a bad thing, because again, you know, the rest of the world wants to see it, so why restrict it to America only? So my kind of thoughts on this, it's good to see it moving to Netflix. I've talked about this a few times. My thoughts have changed since the original thing of, if it goes to Netflix, no one's going to watch it. It's completely changed to the point where everyone has access to Netflix, 3 months trial whenever you want, or, you know, you can go for the lower package. It just means that it's a bit more of a pain in the ass, but people can still watch it. It will be weird to see it move off TV, because Power Rangers for the last almost 30 years has been on TV all the time, and it just feels very weird to see it move away. So, but moving to Netflix because of the way that people stream and stuff is more important than, say, you know, it's just a good thing. You know, a lot more people are consuming streaming sites than they are, say, watching television, and also you've got the binge culture and stuff. So you've got it there. I would love to see it worldwide. I don't want to see it America only, because I feel like that is the time is over. Yes, Power Rangers originate in America, but you want to hit your target audience on a multiple big level. You don't want to see it just restricted, and I would love to see it released worldwide. You know, it's easy enough for everyone to see it. I think that's great. Binge watching it or weekly, it doesn't really matter, but I know a lot of people would want to binge watch it rather than wait weekly, because we've moved away from the era of television, because we used to do that. Do you remember that? Where you have to wait a week for the next episode? So I think people will complain about that a little bit. Now, it's interesting to see that this information is coming out via the actors rather than Simon or Hasbro themselves. So I think that people will either believe it or not believe it. So if it's coming from the actors themselves, it's proper. Again, it wasn't a slip of the tongue like, oh no, it's coming out. Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean that. He literally forcefully told people. So I believe that this is happening. It's not like it's a joke or anything, and thus therefore, but if it is, we'll see it in time. Now, I mentioned previously that, I was like, oh my god, this could happen. Now, this could mean another mean for the split of Toei and Hasbro, mainly because if in the contract that they have to release it on television, but then they say, well, we're moving to Netflix, that means that the deal could be over. The fact is they've said, yeah, you can release it on Netflix. It is a possibility. It's something that I may or may not look into, I don't know, but I kind of really wanted to talk about that before I left it. If they do it, and it is a thing where you have to show on terrestrial television or cable or whatever, that is the thing. That is all you can do. So I believe that this could be another indication. Again, it's rumors, we don't know, time will tell, but it would kind of indicate if they did it that way. So it's a little thing that I kind of wanted to add in on that one. This is big news. We did hear from the CEO of Hasbro that they were moving to a streaming website. So that was, this is probably confirmed because they're like, yeah, we've got to get the information kind of out there. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's really all my kind of thoughts. I feel like I haven't seen anyone else's videos on this, so I don't know if they brought up other points, but I wanted to get my points when I kind of was thinking about this and how it's kind of moving forward. Am I excited it's coming to Netflix? Yeah, it just means that I get to see it as well as everyone else, and there's no kind of delay or whatever. Does it suck that it's moving from television to something else? Yes, it does, but that's it. So, what are your thoughts on this? Do you like this move? Do you have Netflix? Are you gonna get Netflix just for this? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Turn on those notifications, and I'll catch you in the next video.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。